How's it going, PC Nation? Welcome back to a brand new video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about, are the Cowboys a legit Super Bowl contender? So any team that makes the playoffs, even the Buccaneers, yes, we gotta mention them, or the Panthers or the Saints, because the Falcons have been eliminated, are a legit Super Bowl contender, even though they are the 4th seed, even though they don't deserve it. But I want to talk about the Cowboys because they're one of my favorite teams. They're one of my favorite NFL teams, and people say Cowboy fans, are not cool, nothing like that. Cowboy fans are not that bad. But I'm not talking about the fan base, I'm talking about the team. So, currently, if you look at the playoff picture, even though they have a winning record and the Buccaneers don't, the Cowboys will be the 5th seed because the Cowboys aren't first in their division. That can change with the 2 games that are left in this season. That can change 100%. Mathematically, the people say the Vikings can also win it as well. But look at the standings. Yes, the Vikings could win 1st seed, and if the Eagles do not win out with Gardner Minshew as their quarterback, with the last 2 games, it will go to tiebreakers. And Cowboys would win because the Cowboys have beaten the Eagles. And if the Cowboys beat the Commanders on the week 18, the Cowboys will get 1st seed by tiebreakers. Because, yes, the Vikings could finish, if they win out, they could also get a chance to get 1st seed, but the Cowboys would still have a better chance than the Vikings. It's a long shot. Cowboys have to first, let's look at the 1st seed. Cowboys have to win out. Eagles have to lose out the rest of the season. Week 17, 18. Next week and the week after. In January. That has to happen for the Cowboys to even get a chance. They can't. If the Eagles win one more game, if they win next week or the week after that, it's over for the Cowboys. They can't get 1st seed, which is kind of BS. But Cowboys have to win against the Titans and the Commanders. If that happens, and basically if the Eagles lose out, which is what can happen? How can the Cowboys get 1st seed? Let's look at this. They're already in the playoffs, so we don't want to look at their playoff chances. They're already in the playoffs no matter what happens. They can lose out, they can win out the rest of the season, doesn't matter. But I want them to get 1st seed because that's 1st seed is not a chance to get playoff contention, Super Bowl contention. I mean, look at the Titans last year. They were 1st seed and they didn't even get Super Bowl contention. I think who was NFC 1st seed last year? I don't remember, but they didn't. I think it was Green Bay. They didn't even make it to the NFC Championship game. It was 49ers Rams, and Rams have been eliminated already by losing to the Packers, which is ironic. So, 1st seed, those 3 things need to happen. Vikings need to at least lose one more, and basically the Eagles have to lose out, and the Cowboys will get it by tiebreakers because look at the tiebreakers. They have beaten the Eagles and they've beaten the Vikings. And if they beat the Commanders, that would also have them win the 1st seed. They are 5th seed because they're not first in their division. The Eagles can't win their division yet, and the Cowboys can still win the division and the 1st seed, even though they're 5th seed, which, I've said that multiple times. It kind of sucks, but that's how the playoffs are. Even though you have a losing record, you still get the 4th seed. Even if the Cowboys don't get 1st seed, the Buccaneers will be hosting them, and the Buccaneers have a losing record, and they are garbage. They're not really garbage, they're just bad. So let's say the Cowboys do stick with 5th seed. What needs to happen? Who gets 7th seed? That's what needs to happen. If the NFC East claims the 6th and 7th seed spots, which the Commanders need to win the rest of the season. If not, the Packers or the Seahawks will be up there. And what could happen is the Cowboys have to win against the Buccaneers. They'll play the Buccaneers. And whoever is the last seed remaining in the wild card will go and face the first seed team. If the Cowboys don't get first seed, they'll face the Eagles, the last seed, the lowest seed remaining, so 6th or 7th seed, if they don't get eliminated first. And that will be then the Cowboys will go face the Eagles in the divisional round. So that'll be difficult for them. If the 7th or 6th seed is still in there, which is most likely going to be the Giants or not 49ers, the Giants or the Commanders. If the Commanders keep losing it and the Seahawks lose, the Packers will get that 7th seed spot. But for now, let's say the Giants or Commanders get that 6th and 7th seed spot. The Giants, they don't have it locked down yet, but the Giants are in 6th, and I think the Commanders are in 7th. But let's say, or it doesn't matter who gets the 6th or 7th seed spot. The 6th or 7th seed has to win the wild card, because for the path of the Cowboys to even make the Super Bowl this year, this is what needs to happen if they keep their 5th seed spot. If they keep the 5th seed spot, that's the only way that can happen. Vikings lose one more, Eagles lose out the rest of the season. So, that's the path for the first seed. Let's say they keep their 5th seed spot. What needs to happen? The 6th or 7th seed need to win their wild card games. The 5th seed will go face the 4th seed. That's already going to happen. That's probably the scenario that we're going to get if the Cowboys don't get first seed. Let's say the Cowboys don't get first seed somehow, which they probably won't, but if they do, they have to win the next 2 games, blah, 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 blah. Let's say the Cowboys win first seed somehow, and the Eagles lost out, and the Vikings lose one more. Just one game. They can lose in week 18, and it'll be fine. They have already clinched their playoff spot and their division. Let's say this is the first scenario. They keep their 5th seed, okay? 6th or 7th seed, whoever that will be, most likely Giants or Commanders, if not the Giants and Packers. Let's say they win. Giants or Packers, or Commanders or Packers, or Seahawks or Giants, whoever is in the 7th seed or in 6th seed. They beat their wild card matches, and the lowest seed will go face the first seed no matter what. That's how it works in the playoffs. That's why I've been told. So they don't get eliminated in the wild card round. Thank gosh. The Cowboys beat the Buccaneers, because that's who they're going to be facing. They beat the Buccaneers, and they go on to the divisional round. So the 7th seed or 6th seed moves on from their wild card round somehow. They're going to go face the Eagles. This is scenario number 1. They face the Eagles. They beat the Eagles or they lose to the Eagles. No matter, it doesn't matter. Divisional round will be Eagles. Let's say the Eagles win. Eagles, Cowboys, divisional round, and I don't know who else. I don't care. Then the Cowboys need to beat the Eagles again. Beat them for a 3rd time, and then go to the NFC Championship game. And then win that and go to the Super Bowl. That's scenario number 1. Cowboys go from wild card, win the wild card, divisional, and make sure they're not the lowest seed remaining. Make sure, hopefully, the 6th or 7th seed, which is possible because the 6th seed has won the Super Bowl before. The 7th seed is new, so it's not won the Super Bowl yet. It will probably one day if they somehow eliminate the top 2 seeds. And then the Vikings lose in their wild card match, so the Cowboys don't have to face them. Divisional, Eagles, let's say that's scenario number 1, Eagles win. They can face Cowboys in divisional. Cowboys, Eagles. Cowboys beat the Eagles. Go to the NFC Championship game. win that, go to the Super Bowl. Scenario number 2, Cowboys win the first seed. They went out for the rest of this year. The Eagles lose the next 2 games, and the Vikings lose 1 game. Okay, there you go. There you go. That's how you end that. And they win the first seed. They beat the lowest seed remaining, which would move whoever's in the 6th seed up to the 5th seed. And the 7th seed will go to the 6th, and someone will bring into that spot. Let's say the 7th seed gets eliminated. The 6th seed is left. They get eliminated. The 5th seed, whoever the new 5th seed is, if the Cowboys win out and Vikings and Eagles lose out, or the Vikings lose 1 and the Eagles lose out. First seed, they go to the divisional round. They win NFC Championship game. That's the second scenario in Super Bowl. But who will they face in the Super Bowl? There's 3 teams I see them facing, and that is the Bills, the Chiefs, and maybe the Bengals. But Bills and Chiefs, most likely. Okay, both good offenses and both good defenses. Cowboys' defense tonight wasn't the best, but they got them to win. They got them some picks and I don't know if they got them any sacks, but they got them to win. Okay, what needs to happen? Let's say they face the Chiefs-Cowboys Super Bowl 57. Let's say that happens. One thing you need to watch out for is Patrick Mahomes. The dude can run, throw. Travis Kelce, you need to be on him at all times. Travis Kelce is the biggest target in that game. That's who you need to be on. But they also have a good running back. Also, running defense needs to be on the top game, and passing defense. That's how you beat the Chiefs. They have a good passing game and a good run game. Patrick Mahomes, you need to try to get to him the most you can. The Bills, the same way. Stephon Diggs, they have a good passing game, and Josh Allen can throw and run. You need to try to get to Josh Allen as fast as you can, and to stay on Stephon Diggs, and the running back is very good as well. Your run defense needs to be on there, on top game, and you need to be on both. Get to Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen as fast as you can. If it's the Bengals, Joe Burrow, like I said, he can run too. But Joe Mixon, Nixon, he can run. He's good. P. Ryan, he's good too. And then you also have Jamar Chase. That's another thing. If the Cowboys do add Odell to that roster, that's another good threat they have. They have CeeDee Lamb, and then with Odell, and then with Zeke, Tony Pollard, you need to feed those guys if you can make it to the Super Bowl. That's another thing. Pass and feeding it to them. Dak can run, but make sure you don't pass it. When you're going up against defenses like the Bengals, like the 49ers, if you play them in the playoffs, if you're going against the Chiefs at the Super Bowl, the Bills, or the Bengals, they have good defenses, but they also have a run game and a good solid pass game. Those are the top three teams in the AFC playoffs. And then the Miami Dolphins, who are actually on the 7th seed right now. So, but if you go against those 3 teams, they can run, they can pass. Your pass rush needs to be as fast as it can to get to Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Patrick Mahomes. 3 quarterbacks that can run and pass, and also rush. Stay on Jamar Chase. Stay on Travis Kelce. Stay on Stephon Diggs. Put Trayvon Diggs on Stephon Diggs, which will be a good Super Bowl. Make sure you're always on those people. Make sure the pass defense is there on key. Micah Parsons, make sure he tries to get to those quarterbacks. Those quarterbacks can run. Those quarterbacks can throw. Those 3 teams have good defenses, and we need to get on them. When you're on, we do have a good run game, but we also have a good pass game, and we might get Odell Beckham Jr. So there's a lot of things that need to happen. Make sure you're getting to that quarterback, those 3 quarterbacks, the fastest. That's the 3 top teams, I think, going into the AFC playoffs. That's the 3 top teams that might make the Super Bowl. And those are the 3, and those quarterbacks are can throw and run, especially Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. They have the legs for it. Joe Burrow does too, but Josh Allen, I know he's been getting picked off lately. That's the one thing. Defense, passing defense needs to be on top game. Run defense does need to be on top game, but passing defense, especially, those three guys can pass it downfield a long time. They have good passing, real good passing. They can run, but passing defense, if the Cowboys do make it to the Super Bowl and don't mess it up and don't blow it and face one of those three teams, passing defense needs to be on top game. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, press the share button, press the like button, press the red shiny subscribe button, press the bell so you're notified every time I upload a video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.